Houston AP with each stinging line drive. Jose Altuve is putting his stamp on this October. Same with every pitch from Justin Verlander, no matter the inning or score. Houston's longest 10-yard player and its durable new ace, and incomparable per so far this postseason. Altuve raced home on Carlos Correa's double in the ninth inning. Verlander struck out 13 in a complete game, and the Astros beat the New York Yankees 21 Saturday for a 20 lead in the AL Championship Series. Correa also homered, but Houston needed a daring dash from the 5'6" Altuve to get Verlander a win. Altuve, an AL MVP frontrunner, reached with a one-out single against closer Aroldis Chapman, then sprinted around from first base on Correa's shot to right center field. Shortstop Didi Gregorius really beat Altuve to the plate, but catcher Gary Sanchez misplayed a short hop, allowing Houston's dynamo second baseman to slide past safely. "When I saw him running I was like, oh God," Correa said. And then obviously he beat it out. Altuve had 2 more hits and is 13 for 23.565 this postseason after hitting just 4 for 26.154 in the 2015 playoffs. "He's unbelievable," Verlander said. "The guy does everything." Verlander improved to 80 in 8 appearances with Houston since agreeing to an August 31 trade from the Tigers, including his Game 4 win in relief during a division series against Boston. He has a 2.04 ERA over a postseason leading 17-23 innings. "When I decided to say yes, these are the moments that you envision," Verlander said of agreeing to the trade. "You don't envision going 50 in the regular season once you get here. That's all fine and great, but that's not why I was brought here. I was brought here to help this team win a championship." Verlander set a postseason career best for strikeouts and allowed 5 hits in his second career complete game in the playoffs. He threw a season-high 124 pitches and retired baby Bronx Bombers Aaron Judge, Sanchez and Greg Bird in the top of the ninth. "This is such a big moment for our team, but he put us on his back today with his pitching," manager A.J. Hinch said. Dallas Keuchel won Game 1 for the Astros, also 21 pairing with Verlander to give the Astros perhaps the best 12 punch in these playoffs. "That was one of the most impressive things I've seen in my professional career for sure," Keuchel said. "But that's why we got him, for his postseason pedigree." In the bottom of the ninth, Judge picked up Correa's hit in right field and threw towards second base. Gregorius fielded there, and his throw beat Altuve to the plate by a few steps. Sanchez just couldn't squeeze the one-hopper. "That's a play I'm used to making," Sanchez said through a translator. "Really thought I had a chance at making that play there. Unfortunately I dropped the ball and couldn't make that play." The Astros mobbed Correa in shallow center field while Altuve pointed and smiled from near home plate. Houston took its first ever 20 lead in a championship series in front of a crowd of 43,193, which include Houston Rockets stars James Harden, Chris Paul and Trevor Ariza in front row seats. Minute Maid Park buzzed throughout, and fans let out huge cheer when Hinch sent Verlander back out to pitch the ninth. "No words were necessary," Verlander said. "It was my game to win or lose." Verlander got the first complete game by any pitcher this reliever-heavy postseason and his first inning outing since his Tigers beat the Astros 32 on July 30, 2016. This was the 7th time Verlander had 10 or more strikeouts in the postseason, extending his major league record, and his 7th postseason game with 120 pitches or more. The unshakable right-hander struck out the side in the 8th, and television shots showed FIANCE Kate Upton in a pink sequined shirt cheering and clapping wildly as he walked off. Verlander, Keuchel and 2 relievers have combined to strike out 27 Yankees in the series. "They're making pitches on these kids," New York manager Joe Girardi said. "And maybe are they trying a little bit too hard? Yeah, of course. But I think everyone out there is probably trying a little bit too hard." Correa's homer in the 4th off starter Luis Severino sailed just out of reach of Judge and 12-year-old Carson Riley, who was sitting in the front row in right field. The ball bounced off Riley's glove and into the stands, and Girardi asked for a video review to check for fan interference. Umpires upheld the call. Riley hopes to get the ball signed by Correa and called the moment a really cool one. It was reminiscent of a homer by Derek Jeter in Game 1 of the 1996 ALCS between the Yankees and Orioles. A 12-year-old Jeffrey Mayer reached out and deflected Jeter's hit into the stands, but umpires ruled it a home run. The 23-year-old Correa is the 5th player ever with 5 home runs in the postseason before turning 24. Todd Frazier drove in New York's run with a ground rule double in the 5th when his shot to left center got stuck in the chain-link fence protecting the visitors' bullpen. Center fielder George Springer tossed his glove in the air several times attempting to knock the ball loose, but never got close. Severino allowed 2 hits and a run in 4 innings. He was hit by a comebacker from Yuli Gurriel on the last out of the 4th, and Girardi said they lifted him as a precaution. Tommy Kahnle and David Robertson threw 2 scoreless innings each for New York before Chapman allowed his first run in 18-23 innings. Verlander got out of the 3rd inning unscathed thanks to 2 big defensive plays. The first came when Josh Reddick made a leaping catch before crashing into the low wall in right field to rob Chase Headley of a hit for the 2nd out of the inning. Verlander raised his right fist into the air after the catch before pounding it into his glove several times to acknowledge Reddick's work. Brett Gardner followed with a rip to the corner of right field, but was thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. Reddick threw it to Correa, whose one hop to third base was just in time for Alex Bregman to tag Gardner out. He was initially ruled safe, but Bregman was so confident in his tag that he walked off the field as soon as the play was done. Hinch challenged, and it was quickly overturned. Up next, Yankees' CC Sabathia will start Game 3 on Monday in New York. It will be his 3rd start this postseason and 21st career playoff start. The 37-year-old lefty allowed 8 hits and 6 runs, 4 earned, with 14 strikeouts across 9-23 innings in 2 starts in the ALDS. Astros' Charlie Morton is scheduled to pitch for Houston in Game 3. He allowed 7 hits and 2 runs in 13 innings of Houston's 54 win over the Red Sox in Game 4 of the ALDS. More AP Baseball. http://sapnews.com/Baseball